We're going to start with the tucked hollow hold. It's a great exercise to work your front of your body, the anterior side. Always start with a flat back and then rotate your hips upwards, your pelvis, to enable your knees to come up towards your chest. And really squeeze with your lower abs to control that pelvis, to drive your knees closer and closer to your chest. Don't drive your knees through the knees or through the hip flexors. Use your lower abdominals to pull the pelvis up. And then use your upper abdominals to bring your upper body off the ground. You want it such that your shoulder blades are just off the ground. And you want a lot of tension through your arms, pulling down your body as well. But your neck should be really soft and subtle. Here I'm looking down through my legs or over at the clock. I do this for a minute. I would start off at 30 seconds, but build up to a minute. And next we're going to do a swan or arch hold. This is great for the back side of your body, the posterior side. Bring your arms out about 45 degrees from your body, palms up, and then just get into an arch. You can do just the upper body, or you can do the upper body and lower body. I keep my feet just outside the shoulder width. And everything is arched and squeezed on the back side, except for my neck. I keep my neck very loose and subtle. I want it to be not rigid, but everything else should be a lot of tension. And hold this for 30 seconds if you can. Work you up to a minute. You can do 5 second increments or 10, 15, whatever gets you to a minute. And I like to do a couple rounds of these. Now we got the bird dog. With the bird dog, what I want you to start off with is think about bringing that belly button up into your spine, your lower back, and then think about your thoracic moving down into your sternum, and get both those points locked in so that your core is really rigid. And then it's a bilateral movement, so you move your right arm and then your left leg, and then you'll switch sides and do your left leg and right arm, or I'm sorry, left arm, right leg. And when you do this, you want that core very rigid. And when you bring up your leg, you want to extend it first and then use the glutes to bring it up level. And when you bring your arm up, think about shrugging your shoulders so that it can come up as close to your head as possible. And next we're going to do dead bug, which is similar except for this is a quadruped position with bilateral movements, but it's open chain, so it's not on the ground. So it takes a lot more control and focus. Here you're going to move, your left arm, right leg, or right arm, left leg. And when the arm or the leg is stationary, you really want that arm or leg to be stationary, not move. I'm doing a slight cheat here just to show you where the stationary leg, I bring the knee in slightly up towards the chest, and that allows me to counterbalance. But when I move to the side here, I want to show you my right leg. It is straight, the knee is in alignment with the ankle. Your knee should not flare out to the side. If it is, your foot will swing in. And if that's occurring, I want you to think about pushing your ankle to the outside of your body to prevent that knee from externally rotating. Now we're going to get into a side tucked hollow hold. This is same cues as a tucked hollow hold. We want to start with that flat back. Then we rotate the pelvis to bring the knees up. And this time when we squeeze our upper abs to bring them over, we want to rotate the upper body to have the elbow touch the knee. And just hold this. I'm going to hold it for a minute. You can hold it for 30 seconds or however long you can, but do 3 rounds of them. If you can hold it the same time for each round, start thinking about adding in more time when you progress through the rounds. And once you can get to a minute in your last round, then increase the time in your second round. And when you get a minute in your second round, think about increasing time in your first round. And switch sides. And with all the static holds, think about starting at 30 seconds through each round. Once you get 30 seconds to the last round, increase 10 seconds or 15, wherever you think you can hold, or just on the last round, just see how long you can go. And if you can get a minute in the last round, then increase the second round. Oh, and breathe through all these exercises. It's so important to breathe. You want to use your belly to breathe. It'll make it much easier. In through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose, but always in through the nose. Do not be a breath breather or mouth breather. It will really affect your ability to get contractions. And the last exercise is going to be the glute bridge. With the glute bridge, it's really important to get that posterior tilt rotation and maintain that flat back the entire time you're in this exercise. When you get up to the top, you want to really thrust with your glutes to get your hips completely extended. If you allow your lower back to flex, then you won't be able to get as good a contraction and your hips will not completely extend. You want that hip joint in the front to be really, really flat. Go nice and slow, really controlled. Really feel the squeeze in the glutes. This is a great activation for them. And I'm doing 15. You can start off with 5. If you can do 5, do 10. If you can do 10, do 15.